Good afternoon, Spring Hope, North Carolina. You're watching the Spring Hope Pumpkin Festival Parade 2019 from Spring Hope. The parade's getting ready to round the corner. Police Chief Nathan Gant's going to be leading the way today. If you haven't noticed, this is not Brent, the normal voice of Friday Night Lights. This is Mark Cohn, the producer for the Southern Nash News. I'm here with Rodney O'Neill. He's going to be commentating with me during the parade today.
Hey, folks.
We have 3 different camera angles. And that is not Nathan Grant. That is Nathan Gant. And he's throwing candy. And here's Nathan. Get a shot of his kids, man. There's Nathan right there. And behind Nathan, we've got the Nash County Sheriff's Department. Keith Stone is our sheriff. Oh, is he in there? Keith does a great job. He's followed by the Southern Nash Junior Air Force ROTC unit.
All marching in formation.
Chief Wedding is in charge of that.
You know, Mark, they got a great program over there in Southern Nash.
Yes, they do.
Junior ROTC.
Yes, they do.
Looks like everyone's excited.
We should be seeing the marching Firebirds any time now. Here they are, Southern Nash marching Firebirds coming around the corner. The color guard dance units out front with the swing flags behind them. They are coached by Catherine and Chris. The band is directed by Mr. Matthew Ray. Miss Lauren Lewis over at the middle school is one of the directors that helps Matt. Let's listen to them as they go by. The band has basically doubled in size since last year. They're looking to get it even bigger next year. So if you've got somebody with middle school,
Tell you, Mark, you can always feel it in your chest when drums come by.
oh yeah. They've always had an outstanding drum line. That goes back to the Lancaster days. And Matthew Ray was actually one of the last students that Mr. Lancaster had. So a great legacy going on there. Now we've got our Grand Marshal, Kat Campbell from WREL Weather. And I forgot the dog's name. Jazzy. So it's Kat and Jazzy.
Tell you, Mark, the kids sure love when they throw out the candy. All the kids are excited. They're jumping out there. Everyone seems to be having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
And her dog with her today is Jazzy.
Okay, and here we've got District Court Judge Pell Cooper, who is, of course, the brother of Governor Roy Cooper. Next is one of our representatives in Nash County. She represents District 7, is Lisa Stone Barnes. She's from has a local farming family and is very, very steeped in farming in Nash County. Got a little wind noise. Next up, we've got the Nash County Commissioners. It's Chairman Davis waving out the wind at us. Miss Richardson's in the front seat. I believe Wayne Outlaw's on the other side. I think I see him over there. Mr. Belfield and Miss Wales.
You got Linda Thorne, Clerk of Superior Court, coming by.
That's a good reason to be Clerk of Superior Court right there. You just get to ride in a Corvette.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be the commissioners from the town of Castelia. And next up, we've got
Spring Hope Town Commissioner coming up.
Okay, now here's the deal. This is the real voice of Friday Night Lights right there in the driver window. That's Brent Cone. Who's throwing candy at me. Miss Richardson's behind him in the back seat.
Next, we got the Spring Hope Town Manager. And following him, we got Spring Hope Mayor
Buddy Gwaltney, who will be throwing plenty of candy. Buddy's keeping us with lots of power right now. There's some M&Ms at your feet, right?
Oh, yeah.
Some Sour Patch Kids too.
Let's go ahead and grab them.
Like I am gonna grab them M&Ms. Look, there's another one at your other foot. Look behind you.
That's it. All right, we got Scott Cooper.
Scott Cooper, who is he's actually running for Congress for the Democratic nomination in the primaries next year. He'll be on the Democratic ticket. He is a retired lieutenant colonel in the United States Marine Corps. Next up, we're going to have, Demo Tant, the Singing Cowboys, the Momire Singing Cowboy. Demo is an icon in southern Nash County.
I tell you, Mark, following Demo, we got one of the crowd's favorites, Muddy the Mudcat.
You want to talk about an icon? This guy right here. Muddy's riding. And matter of fact, if you look driving this particular vehicle is the other voice of Friday Night Lights, Nick Lamb. So they get to ride today. They don't have to talk. And Muddy's on the back of that. Everybody loves Muddy. Muddy's our fish.
All right.
Welcome.
Everybody loves Muddy.
Let's play off.
Mark, I believe what's coming up now is the Pumpkin Queen.
This will be the absolute prettiest part of the pageant, of the parade. Now, I'm going to be biased because my niece is at the front left. You know, you have to be biased. But I'll tell you what, there are 5 beautiful young ladies up there, including our reigning Miss Pumpkin Queen, Sarah Howell. And she is from Middlesex, North Carolina. And that's my niece right there wearing the black dress, waving. And Sarah is a junior at East Wake Academy. She just turned 16 2 days ago. They had the Embers sing happy birthday to her last night. What a treat, man.
Yeah, I was here. I heard that. That was awesome, man.
And now we'll have the cutest part of the parade. which will be the Little Miss Pumpkin Queen contestants.
Here they come. Little Miss Pumpkin Queen.
Little Miss Pumpkin Queen.
And the Little Miss Pumpkin Queen this year was Annie Grace Manning. And if you heard that voice in the background, that was me checking with one of the former Pumpkin Queens from the 90s on that name. Next we have the Nash County Animal Hospital.
They're going to be enjoying riding in the parades this fall and being involved in spring up activities.
There's the Nash County Animal Hospital. And they're going to be followed by Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue. Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue was one of the sponsors of the Pumpkin Festival this year. They donated some food. And as most of you know, they're also one of the sponsors for Southern Nash's Friday Night Lights. The big Hush Puppy giveaway came from Smithfield's. We always enjoy having them.
Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
And there we have Ken Ripley going across the street. Always a treat to see Ken. Ken's not part of the parade. He's the publisher emeritus of the Enterprise.
Looks like we got a full float coming up behind us now.
This is going to be the Girl Scouts troop number 4835. They're out of Red Oak.
Spring Oaks Girl Scout Troop 4835. Go Girl Scouts. And troop leader is Spring Tony.
Oh, so that was actually the Spring Hope.
Yeah, they'll be pulled by Red Oak Lawn and Garden, represented by their truck.
I didn't realize Spring Hope had such a big Girl Scout
Yeah.
group.
Okay, let's see what's coming.
Well, let's see who we got here.
New Life.
That's New Life Temple.
Yeah.
Ministries, Pastor David Scott. Sunday service at 11 a.m. All are welcome.
And I tell you, Mark, the floats are wonderful, but a lot of people come out to see what's pulling them. The trucks are clean and looking good, actually.
Well,
Look at this.
That Mustang looks like it's seen its better days.
Yeah. They are ready for Halloween. Look at that.
Now here's a troop. 1965 Ford Mustang. Mr. Eddie Naduski. Like the wheels.
And this is going to be Miss Jabberwock.
Welcome, 2019 Miss Jabberwock. Lana Wiggins
coming up. We got little Miss, I can't see it, little Miss Spalding coming up here now. There's little Miss Spalding and her family.
Spalding alumni, Raven Sanford.
Her name is Raven Sanford, little Miss Spalding.
Hey, Raven.
Tell you what, these signs are so far away, it's kind of difficult to see what's coming up. This is May's Florist, one of the commercial entrants from here in Spring Hope. May's Florist is over on Pine Street, 109 South Pine Street. She does an amazing job for your floral needs.
I'll tell you, Mark, what's coming up next. I believe what they have in the lineup is some of the classic cars. A treat for everyone, especially the motorist enthusiast. Let's listen to them.
Sit
Listen
and
to
watch
that.
them go by.
Yeah. The truck that just passed by, 1968 Chevrolet, slightly modified. Here we go.
If I didn't know any better, I would expect ZZ Top to roll out of this one.
Here's another beauty. A 1930 Monterey Ford, driven by Larry Hill.
Now there's some pure American muscle for you right there.
There's nothing wrong with that. I tell you, Mark, all these cars going by, they are some really nice ones. But I see something down here at the end of the line there. It's going to catch a lot of attention.
And a 1999 Camaro C28, driven by Clay Barham.
Well, I see something getting ready to round the corner that's definitely going to catch some eyes and probably some feet.
Absolutely.
Of course, everybody loves the Corvette. There's nothing more American than the Corvette.
Nothing more American.
Of course, here come the Sudan mini rigs. They're going to be coming down the street now.
Got another Corvette. Here. 1963 Corvette.
here come the big rigs.
I think all ages love the mini rigs, from kids to adults. I tell you, it just catches the eye of every parade I ever see them in. There they go. All right. Next, we got the Northern Nash High School Marching Knights coming up.
Well, it's like Northern's band has really picked up in membership too this year. Tell you what, you know, tonight is the band showcase. You can see all four at 6:30 tonight at Southern Nash High School. Let's listen to the Marching Knights.
Again, that was Northern Nash High School band.
All right, we got another one here throwing out candy for the kiddos. They're definitely going to catch their attention. Going to see them coming out in the street here.
I tell you, the crowd for the parade this year really picked up from last. We had a great show last night with the Embers. We got a great show coming up after the parade with Nigel Experience. If you're not in town and you can get down here, you should come watch this concert this afternoon. We were listening to them warm up. These guys are really good.
They really are good. It caught I tell you, it caught my attention. I had to stop and actually look at them because I was amazed of what they were producing on sound and everything. It sounded really good.
This is the Christian Men's Night Out truck.
I believe it was Milton Rye with Christian Men's Night Out. Organization that helps out disadvantaged kids in Nash County by going on fishing trips, ball-games, and other outings. Thank you, Men's Out. Night Out.
You got the Nelson
Next year.
Chapel Baptist Church coming up. They're out of Lewisburg, North Carolina. Picking up a passenger there. Everyone wants to ride in the parade. And following them, we got the Gardener's Barbecue. Now I tell you, if you haven't had any barbecue Gardeners, they're pretty good.
And they're located in Rocky Mount on Wesleyan Boulevard, just past the mall.
Welcome, Gardener's Barbecue. We do appreciate food today for our staff. Thank you.
And next week will be looks like the 4-H.
Yeah, I was hoping you could see it there, Mark. From my angle, I can't really see who this is coming up.
Yeah, that's gonna be the 4-H. They're being pulled by Team Transport, which is a new company here in Spring Hope. It's owned by Adam Long. And of course, there's school board member Dean Edwards and his two sons.
All right. Another classic muscle car coming through.
We have a 1970 Chevelle Super Sport, driven by Arnell Farmer Jr.
All right, another treat coming up, following up the classic muscle car there. We got the animated animals, the Sudan animated animals. Got Tony the Tiger there.
I see
Clifford.
Clifford the big
yeah.
red dog.
Here we go. And of course, a chariot follows.
Yeah, these guys have been part of the Pumpkin Festival for as long as I can remember. When I was a kid, I used to look forward to the Sedan guys being here.
Here we go. Now, I don't know this fellow's name, but I tell you, everybody loves a raccoon.
Especially in a stew.
We are in the South, my friend. Sudan Shriners animated animals.
The deepest, darkest jungles of Johnston County.
Yes, sir, buddy. That's some great marketing there.
The dark side of Johnston County.
Mark,
Speaking of Johnston County, after the showcase tonight, we're going to be out at. Good gracious, Sylvia, that's loud. We're going to be out at Haunted Dark Side Estates.
Oh yeah.
Interviewing some of the guys out there, and if you haven't been out there, man, it's crazy good and it's very, very spooky. Great sets.
It is
if you like haunted stuff, you should come out there. The other option in the area is Panic Point, which is in Youngsville. Panic Point has 2 trails, a hayride, Killers in the Corn. So you've got two great options. We go to both every year. And this is a touch of the Father's Love, which is the new food pantry here in town. And it looks like they're throwing out some pretty good food. And if you can hear me crunching, it's on M&M's that somebody threw out a minute ago.
And this is the 2018 Miss Bailey Queens.
Miss Bailey Queens, yep. Miss Taryn Reams, Brooklyn Pittman, Jordan Battle, Kenzie Strickland. I can't see the name on the other side. Of course, Jordan is the daughter of Coach Quamaine Battle. And then Haley Griffin was the 2018 Miss Bailey.
Looks like we got
this is one of my favorite entries is the Jeeps.
This is the Banana Slap Jeep Club. I love their name, the Banana Slap Jeep Club.
Little Red Riding
Hood right there. I'll tell you, my daughter, Jasmine, this is exactly what she's interested in. She loves Jeeps. That sure woke him up.
Alan said he's singing a Wrangler theme. That would make sense considering it's Jeep.
That would make sense. Decent sized club that attended the parade today.
I hadn't seen any of those old school Renegades come through though.
Not yet. Maybe we'll see one. This one's got a skeleton on top on the white Rubicon. Everyone's certainly gearing up for Halloween.
I have a feeling we're getting ready to see more mini cars from the Sedan guys. coming up down the street now is the Sedan Prowlers, the miniature Prowlers. Yeah, the next trailer coming up is from Happy Scent Farm, and you know Happy Scent Farm is owned by Mary Penny Kelly and her family. They were behind the sponsorship for the Mrs. Pumpkin Queen pageant this year. And she, of course, is a former president of the Chamber of Commerce.
And Mary Penny Kelly. Riding the float is the Holly Grove Baptist Church Youth and Children's Ministry.
This is Guardian Angel coming up.
The Guardian Angels of Spring Hope. Melody Arrington founder. Hello, Guardian Angels.
I think I hear what is quite possibly I think this is the Marching Griffons getting ready to come around the corner. Yes, indeed. That is the Marching Griffons of Rocky Mount High School, another great band here in Nash County. We were blessed with 4 great schools and 4 great marching bands.
Let's give them a listen as they come by.
Another name to our east, the Rocky Mount Senior High, directed by Michael Egan. Hello, Rocky Mount Senior High.
They sure sound good. Coming up behind the van, we got Vaughn's Chapel Pentecostal Holiness Church.
You know, my band director back in the day was Randy Barham. I loved Randy Barham, man. He was so fun to learn from. Great sense of humor. One of the best teachers I had, I swear.
Absolutely. I took chorus for a few years.
Presented by Timmy Brown. Riding is the Vaughn Chapel Church Group. Vaughn Chapel.
I couldn't sing, so I played trombone. And not very well, but he let me do it, and he made me think I did a good job. So. And here come the Southern Nash cheerleaders.
Nash County Tourism.
I would say that the Firebirds are definitely rocking the house this year, undefeated. And here we have Walter's team, which is Jason Walters Realty here in Spring Hope. They're also another one of our Friday Night Light sponsors for all your real estate needs. You give Walter's team a call. They'll hook you up. They got some great properties. I was looking at some of them the other day online. And we're back to more mini monster trucks.
Another sedan
a really good crowd turnout this year, Mark.
It's great to see the crowds back this year. You know, we had rain a couple of years, and it made it kind of lean, and it feels like the Pumpkin Festival again.
It does.
You know, we've been around since 1971. This is the 48th year. I can't wait to see what the Chamber of Commerce has in store for 50 in 2 years. I'm sure it'll be something pretty crazy. You know, this year they pretty much went all out with the Embers and the Nigel Experience. Russ James was on the stage earlier. Wilder's Corner opened the festival yesterday. And, you know, if you're looking for a good classic Southern rock band, does some good rock and roll, they're over there in Franklin County. They're a fairly new band, but they've got a good sound.
Out of Bunn.
Yeah, they're out of Bunn.
Yeah.
They're out of Bunn.
And we got a little break in the parade there, but that's okay because here coming around the corner here, we continue.
So if anybody would like to relive the parade, here come the Nash Central Bulldogs coming out of the way, another great marching band. But if anybody
This
wants
is
to
Nash
see the festival
Central
parade later,
High School Marching Band.
it's on the Southern Nash News's YouTube site as well as the website. It's also on the Chamber's Pumpkin Festival site. And the Embers concert will be up later this week.
Thank you, Mark.
And it certainly is great to be represented by the four corners of good old Nash County, by the Southern Nash, Nash Central, Rocky Mount. And all the high schools in the parade.
Yeah, the marching Bulldogs is another band that has grown in size this year. The Marching Bulldogs at Nash Central. And again, tonight, the band showcase at 6:30 at Southern Nash. You can see all four of them's halftime show. Let's listen to them as they go by. Now, this next unit that you're getting ready to see come down the street is actually pretty special to me because my grandfather, Worth Cone, was one of the meat cutters here in town for the better part of his life. And he cut a whole lot of meat right there at Best Farm Sausage. He retired from there in the 80s, but he had been there. He worked for Ralph Bass for years.
Here's one of Spring Oaks' home, Bass Farm Sausage. Like it hot or mild?
Which do you prefer, Mark? Hot or mild?
Mild.
Mild.
Can't take the spicy stuff, man. Unless, of course, it's my cute Cuban wife back here. She's kind of spicy. She's giving me stink eye now.
Yeah, you might be in the doghouse for that one, buddy.
Nah. Again, you know, we were talking about the showcase. That's tonight at 6:30 over at Southern Nash. They have it every year. It's normally been at Northern, but they moved it this year to Southern Nash because of the Pumpkin Festival and did away with one of the competitions that they would normally be going to keep the bands in town. Plus, all the bands have now pretty much completed their competition shows. They've got them all together. So you have all 4 of the high school marching bands. If I'm not mistaken, Southern Nash Middle School is playing, I think, the national anthem there tonight.
That is correct.
So
My daughter is actually in Southern Nash Middle Band. She'll be there playing.
There you go. So, you know, it's a really nice night out. You know, leave the festival today if you have to.
$5 per person, I believe.
It's $5 for adults, $3 for students.
Yep.
And that money goes to support the band programs. And if you don't know this, the band programs don't get very much money at all. I mean, they're not a sport, so they don't have a whole lot of attendance and things like that. And that's why they're constantly having fundraisers, obviously.
Absolutely, yeah.
But
They have all kinds of fundraisers. They do car washes
for
and all that.
example, speaking with Matthew Ray, our director at Southern Nash, to repair one saxophone, to replace the pads and everything on it, it's $1,000.
Believe me, I know. We just bought my daughter a saxophone, and we had to have it tuned up, and it was.
And that's,
yeah.
you know, we're a tier one school, and you know our band program needs all the help it can get. And the bands, people, you know, studies have shown kids that are in music make better grades.
Absolutely.
So any support we can give them. And here come the Dun Clowns.
Dun Clowns. Everyone loves a clown. Well, maybe not everyone. My daughter, she's a little afraid of clowns. I'm gonna try to catch her.
So how
in
in
a
the world
shot.
does she stay around you?
That's right. They are animated. They sure have some energy. And you'll see my daughter in the back there. She's done got out of her chair and walked all the way back to the back to get away from her.
Has she?
Yeah.
I see.
She does not like a clown, which is why we keep clown dolls in the house.
Whoa!
All right.
Next shoot is going to be from Farm Bureau Insurance, which would be the Sharon Group, the Sharon Group in Nashville.
I tell you, these guys here behind them, they've sure had some nice rides here. They're not cheap.
The one not cheap's coming up at the very back of it.
Oh yeah, these Can-Ams are awesome. Check that out. Look at that one, big dog. This one here. This is what you need, Mark, right here. We could put Southern Nash News decal right on the hood.
Well, I got a feeling the parade's getting ready to end because I see fire trucks. So, folks, the fire trucks typically signal the end of the parade. We're going to see if they stuck Spring Hope in the middle this year. If we have a long parade of fire trucks coming out. But this is Station 6, the Spring Hope Fire Department. Of course, in Spring Hope, we're very proud of all of our fire departments. They're made up mostly of volunteers. These guys don't get paid for their training. They don't get paid for going out and putting your fire out in the middle of the night when it's freezing cold outside or burning hot during the day. But they do it. These guys look out for their neighbors. These are your local heroes. And the Stanhope Fire Department is coming up next. Stanhope's one of the smaller of the departments, but still one of the most active. They have great chicken plates out there.
They do, absolutely.
Coopers is going to be behind Stanhope.
We got Cooper's right here.
And that's station 15.
That's right.
And I'm going to be biased on the next one.
I'm gonna have to be biased too, buddy. I was with you.
I'm gonna have to be biased on the next one because the next one is Farrell's Fire and Rescue. Farrell's Fire and Rescue is a great bunch of guys out in Samaria. They have
chief is
they have
Clinton Whitley.
Clinton Whitley, yes. Clinton's awesome. He doesn't like the media very much, but he's awesome. We love Clinton
We
to
love
death.
Clinton. Clinton is awesome.
But you know what? They're a great bunch of guys there there at Station 13. They have some great fish fries. And that should be the end of the Spring Hope Pumpkin Festival Parade 2019. The Nigel Experience is getting ready to take the stage. And once they're on stage, I think everybody's headed this way to come see them. We want to get everybody downtown. If you're in town, if you're not in town, you got plenty of time to come in. Great, now I get to talk on camera.
You're welcome, friend.
Thank you, Rodney. And here's Pumpkin Queen 1982.
Now, 82.
Yeah, you're definitely at the doghouse now, buddy.
So the Nigel Experience is getting ready to take the stage. So if you're not in town, come downtown. You've got until 5 o'clock. There's lots of food vendors over here. There should be a good pictorial on the festival in next week's Enterprise. You should also get it online at southernnashnews.com and the springupenterprise.com. So come see your pictures. You can see the embers from last night, the Nigel Experience from today. But come downtown, and we'll see you tonight at the Southern Nash Senior High School Band Showcase, which will include all 4 bands as well as the middle school band. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.